Hey, what's up, Rico gang? Welcome back to my channel. By the end of this video, not only will you learn a new method, but you will completely understand how to get sneakers on release date, how to get shoes on release date, and do it all manually and somewhat have a chance against the botter. Now, you know how I do, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you, right? It's hard to beat bots, like really hard to beat bots. However, the good news is honestly, bots are starting to kind of tick down. And on top of that, it's still very possible, even with them, it's still very possible to cop sneakers if you know the right method. And that's what we're gonna go over today. I'm gonna show you some methods that you can use. And honestly, these methods are being used every day for people to cop manually. Now I want you to do something for me. Be real with yourself for just 2 seconds, all right? What's the average release date look like for you? You probably just put one entry on sneakers, then you sit there, right? You wait for the L, and then you say, man, I took L's, I couldn't find these shoes nowhere, right? If so, don't feel bad, bro. That's most of America. But if that is you, then I'm gonna be 100% real with you, bro. You are not doing enough. And so what you have to do is get creative with your methods and how you gonna cop manually. And don't worry, bro, don't worry. Just grab your notepad, because I promise you, I'm about to give you some game that 90% of y'all out there don't even know. So first, I wanna let you know, you definitely need a computer to do this. And it don't have to be the latest, greatest technology or nothing like that. You just need something that you can download Google Chrome on. You just need a computer, internet access, and something that you can download Google Chrome on. And just stick with me, because that's gonna make a little bit more sense later on. Now let's talk about the sneakers drawing for a little bit. The sneakers drawing is just that, right? It's a drawing. And honestly, the only way to help yourself on sneakers manually is just putting yourself in the best position to cop, right? So that's making sure you're using Apple Pay or PayPal. That's making sure all your other apps are closed so you don't stumble upon any glitching or freezing. And I actually have a video that I'll link below that I actually cover all that in depth. But outside of that, sneakers is a random draw. And I know in today's age, everybody thinks that sneakers and sneakers releases just revolves around the sneakers app, but bro, that is not true at all. I actually want to talk about 2 stores, 2 different sites, right, that sort of do the same type of release. And that's our boy Yeezy, and then all the foot sites like Footlockers, Champs, Kids Footlockers, all those kind of stores. They both do what you call a splash screen release, all right? And that's when you're in somewhat of a virtual waiting room, right? And you just looking at the same thing on the screen. Like if you're on Yeezy Supply, then it's telling you you're in the waiting room, don't hit refresh, or if you're on Footlocker or whatever, it's telling you your chance at sneaker glory is moments away, or whatever the case may be. Those are splash screens, and basically the idea is think of it like a virtual waiting room, and they're just picking people in to come in and check out and actually come in the store. That's exactly how that works. Either way, bro, most of us find ourselves stuck on that splash screen for hours, not able to purchase at all. How do we get around that? Because guess what? Just open another tab won't help. I mean, like really, most of those sites really tell you not to even do that. So I'm about to tell you about this method I actually recently learned that I'm like, wow, I should have known this already. What this method does is increases your chances of getting past splash screens, and I'm about to explain how. Remember I told y'all Google Chrome earlier, right? Stick with me. Like I said earlier, just opening up a tab honestly isn't enough. Why? Because no matter how many tabs you have open, a website sees you on a site as sort of the same person, right? So it's really pointless to just have several tabs open on the same site on the same Chrome profile. Now, here's what you can do on Chrome. I'm about to show you step by step how to do that. I'm gonna show you right here. First, I want you to open Google Chrome, all right? Now, when you open Google Chrome, you're gonna see like the little silhouette Avi man or whatever you wanna call it up at the top right by the URL bar. You're gonna select that icon, right? And now you're gonna go down to the bottom and you're gonna select add. Now, let me tell you what you're doing. You're actually adding another profile, right? Another profile means another person, and that's how it's communicating with the site. So you kind of can already see where we're going with this, but stick along, don't worry, ride it out to the end. When you hit add, it's gonna ask you to either sign into an account or continue without making an account, right? For the sake of this video, I went ahead and did continue without account, and you could too. However, I do want to tell you, which I will elaborate on, I do want to tell you that it's probably in your best interest if you can get 6 Gmail accounts or however many Gmail accounts you need in order to make as many profiles as you need, then go ahead and do that. And once again, there are perks of doing that, and I'm gonna explain them to you a little later. You gotta watch to the end though. So now, when you're signing into these multiple people, right? You're just adding people. You can actually browse the web. You can actually minimize the size of one and, you know, have them all stacked on and have them all on the same screen, all on the same site, so that when a drop happens, now you sort of have 5 spots in line or however many you have versus just that one. Like almost in a weird way, bro, this is almost like manually botting. Now I know you like, bro, you said I need to have a Gmail account. What's to that? I'm gonna explain that right now. The reason why it's best for you to have Gmail accounts for these different profiles on Chrome is because you can save card information, right? So when you're trying to Shopify sites, which we're gonna talk about briefly, like Kith, like Bodega, then speed matters, right? So if you can just autofill your information, autofill your cards instead of having to punch them in, then boom, that's just another step for you. Also, I don't know if many people know this, and I honestly just learned it from when I started botting. I didn't know that websites, like you being logged into your Gmail account, websites actually use that to monitor your human score, right? So if you get a lot of captures, that's because the Gmail you're logged into is viewed as a low quality Gmail because you probably just spam or whatever off of it. So that's another benefit of having real accounts as far as when you're trying to go for these drops, because you need accounts that have been farmed or whatever so that you can pass checkout and that so your accounts can be viewed as higher ranking accounts basically. Now let's touch on Shopify for a minute, because I know you're like, bro, I want to do something. I want to cop manually on Kith, Bodega. I'm trying to cop manually on Shop Nice Kick. Trust me, I get it 100%. However, the infrastructure of Shopify sites make it to where bots really just have a field day. But copying manual is possible. There are captures, and depending on, once again, how well your Gmail scores are, that's the difference in between you just getting one-click capture and then somebody else getting the slow fading captures. You know what I'm saying? So my advice going manual on Shopify, honestly, because of the captures, is it's hard to manage 6 different windows or however many windows you have. It's hard to manage that many captures. It's better to just focus on one, be as fast as you can on that one, and try to see if you get lucky on the checkout. Because if you do it the other way, I promise you won't get any, because you won't even be able to solve one of the captures in time. So that's my advice as far as Shopify. If you're interested in sneaker botting, I have a video where I'm turning $100 to $10,000. Love to see you over there in that video. Thank y'all for rocking out with me. Love y'all, man. Let's get it.